We're finally at it. It took it a little while. I'm aware of it, but... It's lovely to have you guys right here. Where Fragsters is gonna fight Nordavind. Talking about the maps real quick, right? We're, first of all, seeing ourselves Inferno. On such a map, something you have to feel quite comfortable with. It is semi-puggy-ish from experience, but I mean, Inferno, just on the paper, it's Nordavind who barely played this map. I mean, officially speaking, not talking about ESA Advanced HLTV matches, they played once against Left Out, the French guys who were basically left out. 16-8 they've lost, whilst on the other hand, Fragsters 13 times in the past 3 months, lost 5 out of 13 occasions of this map, which is not that great when you consider it. They've beaten Sprout and Luminosity here, though, so they had a quite great losing streak, but it could be the case that they now finally got themselves the control they needed. As their stabbing is going to start. I'm looking forward to this. I love the stabbing, that's the first thing. I'm actually a fan of knife runs, kind of, because they're always so random. It feels like you open up a Kinder Surprise sack and you get either the good or the bad toy. In this case, it's the good toy. It works out. For the lads of Nordavind, they probably can benefit from this. A good part. Now Fragsters. This is their map pick. Starting this off strong would logically be very, very great to see. We got 120 seconds delay, just that you are aware of it. Besides that, we're starting our pistol round, where Nordavind is going for 2 utility individuals, Halcirk as well as Backer. Well, same goes for Fragsters. The Mollo as well as the few smokes. Mollo could just go deep directly towards car, and it seems what they're doing to avoid any kind of aggression. STK doesn't really care. At the same time, Refresh finds himself somehow a very unordinary triple. That's the way you can actually do it. Becker as well as Halcirk right now just down to their own. And the unfortunate part, they all don't have any armor onto themselves. Doesn't really stop Becker from finding Bubsky, putting this in a man-equalized situation. The bomb at the same time is going to rotate silently up top mids, where nobody of Nordavind is going to wait on the A site. 60 seconds left, and Nordavind dedicates to the side of B. Very understandable play when you have nobody with armor onto your side. At the same point, that bomb will go down. You still got the kit, so you can make it work. Or with getting that one down, it's not going to block them for too long. Like mentioned, 5-second diffuses in. Backer and Halcirk are going to go for it either way. Refresh, who already got himself free frags, could just ace that one out. Players are just now coming and passing by. He's just waiting and waiting. Doesn't really have any effect on the flash. He finds one, can't get that one to Halcirk, and Torvin is the one to then finish it off. Fragsters of the first one. And a big shout out you have to give to Refresh as he finds himself those 4 frags and made it very, very possible. As STK, and if I remember correctly, his name is somehow pronounced differently than it is written. I just don't remember anymore. I have a horrible memory. As the Fragsters are taking that lead, 1-0 was a good start, with Sebas now very interested in that sort of aggression. Yeah, and that strategy from Nordavind what we're seeing right now is something I'm not a big fan of, because it's usually that twice semi, not really semi, but kind of average buy. I mean, they're getting for deagles, as you see it on 3 of the players. I mean, a 5-7 on the Ratty faction, but no armor. And most of the time, it is either the way that they're trying to then get another pistol, upgraded one in the follow-up, or safe through. Most of the time, it's that follow-up pistol in round number 3. But no armor. Aim punch is going to hit you hard. It means accuracy needs to be 100% on point. The man who's quite good with accuracy, that's Ratty faction. Man, shoulder peeking every single time, trying to figure out any sort of information for his team right now. I mean, 50 seconds, he could just pop that smoke. There's not much more to do with it anyway. He found the first, gonna pop it now. Players are coming close though. Faction might not have his easiest time. Tries to spray onto Torben, doesn't make it work. The Mac 10 can't find himself anything either way. And now the players need to try to avoid this as hard as they can. Boopski can't be found. It would have been a low HP target, and so Stavin and Co. need to hold down that B side as long as they can. And as we see the rotation still coming in, Savis as well as Becker, they don't. They leave it down to Hellcirk and Ratty faction, and they don't even go for that site. Opportunity lost. Fragsters seem to gain the second. Seventh. Savis, 7th, similar names. I blame it on that. Refresh, gonna come in hot, trying to find himself something, but he knows he's the only one with the AK. Dying right now seems kind of unnecessary. Backer retreats. ZDK tries to find anything. But just for the paper, right? This round, not a single player died. 10 players survived in round number 2, and this is something you don't see on a regular basis. So, oh well. And it's Zotka. Okay, I remember that correctly. Thank you very much, dear Norwegians. I like the Norwegian flag a lot, I have to say. The blue and red is a great combo. Props to whoever made your flag, by the way. Just coming back to our actual game. Nordavind, as they haven't really invested in that one, can come up with something great in the follow-up. Ratty faction retreating as the steps came closer to the moment. Same with Savis. It gets interesting in the follow-up. When there will be the 3-0, or, well, the 2-1, possibly. Sotka finds himself the first with a Stavin. It's gonna be guns out. Point where Nordavind might just start striking big time. As we're seeing it. Players trying to approach the B side. Sotka finally taken out, but Free are right now focusing over on B. 50 more seconds, and Fragsters not quite sure what they're gonna consider, but Torben is moving away. He has the assistance with Refresh and the best weapon right now on the battlefield. Destroy on his side. Sevis tries to find that one into Bubski. Makes it work. Man-equalized it still is, but the A side entirely open, and that in favor of the lads of Fragsters. Rotating away. Dragonfly is making it right. Not taking any further risk. Pushing down Banana seems to be the kind of idea they're going for. Savis, Hellcirk, and Becker still try to gain anything from this. Dragonfly not with the right timing, at least for one. Becker keeps his cool. He doesn't care really about Dragonfly. That's a very interesting one, but Refresh still has the focus onto one of them. Tries to rip off the head. Right, lets him rotate away. Now he knows it. That's a bit of a sad part. It doesn't work out. Could have been more frags here in the end, but now Nordavind, which actually means Northern Wind. I, as a German, understood that. I asked the coach, Rosie, what does Nordavind actually mean? And he said, it means Northern Winds. And I said, I could have expected that, you know? But there we got ourselves the glass cannon from Norway. Hellcirk tries to find the first. Dragonfly seems kind of ready for this. A tiny little gap he holds, but no one to find at the beginning. You see the smokes Down already into Banana, trying to hold them off as long as they can, because you don't want to give them any space and any room at that point in time. Sebis taking a few bullets to the chest, but it's not much more than that. Now they go for the boost. A position that very often is being underestimated by the terrorists, and also very unexpected, but you learn it once you checked it. There's a lot of utility thrown down Banana. 3 players of Fragsters. Alright, now trying to figure this out. They're going for the first aggression. Halsork, though, finds himself free. Frash. No armor, solo frag found. Fragster's already a man down. No weaponry or Nordavind. As Pipsky finds himself Savage, it's still the frags happening, and the rotation coming over to the B side, where now Ratty Faction needs to do it all on his own, and right now he is the actual man to have in such situations, as I'm saying it. Shut down in the aggression, more likely in the defense, and therefore Halsork had his crosshair locked onto Steven, but a retake on the B side, a point you're not taking out easily, especially when you're certainly down in utility. Backer timed out. No, back alive, and the other team should consider to not go any further than that. Fragsters is up 3-0. 4-0 is going to be collected as well, and Nordavind, they're going to keep those guns. Sotak, Halsork, as well as Becker. They're going to keep it. They're going to keep it for a very good reason, because in the follow-up round, you're still able to do something with a drop of any kind of gun. I mean, back on Halsork, at least with FAMAS to the other lands. And so far, I mean, Refresh gained 3 frags in the first one. And I'm personally very excited to see what you can do with that MP9. Ready Faction is on it. A close range tool is probably taken where Fellatio has been done earlier on. But there we right now see major aggression. Sucktie is going to be punished. Same goes for Savage. Ready Faction tries to benefit from that. I'm not quite sure. Refresh has the kind of idea, and he's just waiting for that aggression to come. Finds a frack as well. And so Backer as well as Halsork seem to be kind of lost in this. As that A side is going to be taken, bomb's going to be down. Fragsters are going to benefit from this once more as economy grows and grows and grows. And poor chicken. In the process of taking the A site. 3 players of Nordavind and 1 chicken has died. And I want to show you something. You know we have the moment for this. What I find so ironic about this map is that in coffins, nuclear warheads are being stored. So death is being stored in a place where dead people is usually being stored in. Think about it. Just think about that. Either way, it's a good start for Fragsters, and it's not that unexpected, to be very fair. It's their pick, and also having a quiet, good side of players in total. I mean, Torben and Co. are known for this kind of stuff. I see right now in the chat a guy called Fridge saying, anyone with cold weather wants to trade. Same in Germany, my friend. We're having around 30 degrees. I'm sitting inside to cast. I love it. I'm not complaining. It's just horribly hot, and I wish this would not be the case, but you can't really change it, right? So we got to work with the heat and the heat of the moment. Because right now, Fragsters are scanning a lot of rounds in a start. On a map where they're actually just under average good. They recently figured out how to play it. It seems to be the case. Won a match against Sprout recently here on Inferno. Sad part for Bibsky though. Down to 10 HP. There comes the boost. Dragonfly just tries to find anyone coming close, but that's going to be Nordavind sticking back to the B sites. You never got to weigh up those options at that point. Fragsters didn't show major attention to anything really yet. The banana players are surely known, but Ready Faction is going to stick back to the sites. Together with his teammate Zavis. And Ready Faction, 19 years old, 1.21 rating in the past 3 months. Akontolo, I probably said his name horribly wrong, but that's his name, and he's someone you can actually make a real talent. Right now, all that talent is not going to be put in use on the B sites, as Fragsters focus heavily and shift over to A, while Spupski, the only low HP player, tries to hold any banana aggression. That's not coming by though. Becker's going to be the first, has a lot of information right now, pinned down by the fire, totally taken out he is. But back, Sotak tries to find anything with that. Torben though is able to find him off from Halsrick with already 2. The modest advantage is there. Halsrick should be known as well, but he's not going to find himself anything at the moment. Torben needs to be aware that he's not going to be taken out by that. Refresh got the information collected, and he's trying to find them both. It's not going to be the case. Torben can't make it work, and there are Nordavind. The Norwegian lads are finding their first. It was about time. And Fragsters dealt a lot of damage onto the red and blue, but that red and blue is falling down at 1 point. The Fragsters are coming up with a very interesting thesis. The nukes in the coffin is a reference to the new nuke. They killed Nuke. I don't know. I don't believe you. Nordavind. That first round gained. It's time to get a streak going on. Would be a bit of a shame. A big one and then, you know, fall down. The economy is not very happy about it, talking about it though. Bobsky finds Ready Faction. It's a crucial individual already taken out by the green and white. Same point, Savis finds Bibsky. And as the trade-offs are happening, focus of Fragsters seems to shift off for the moment more towards the middle. They have that control. Nordavind never contest that. Here comes the first. Halsark with the op that needs to do a major job. Refresh. Who's down in Bowler might see the shoulder before Halsark is even passing by. He gets him, and that's the entry they need here on the A site. Backer just passes over, finds one, can get another 46 HP, very possible. And the op nearby, as well as a Molotov blocking them off, is going to cost Fragsters a lot of time. Dragonfly and Steven, they're not going to have an easy procedure here. Onto the A sites. Steven even taken out to just 15. They might consider to save that one. And Dragonfly off the op? Does he really try to pull this over by focusing players off? Oh, this is insanely smart. Steven is down to pretty much nothing, and he just needs to find Sotka, but he has a good positioning. He saw the head, and there is no time to plant. I love the idea, but time was running out. There's a pause being called by Torben. Quick break to be taken. The unpause coming in just right. Fragsters got 5, and they've done that in a quite astonishing fashion in the beginning. From then on, you really need to see how you will advance. By the way, if you didn't know, Steven is 16 years old. Martin Lund from Denmark. I'm not totally wrong. Dragonfly is his bigger brother, Jacobland. So two brothers, a very unique bond, and also a 16-year-old playing. Steven, not going to hold himself back to the A side for the moment. It's going to be that pistol aggression focusing over to B. Halsorg needs to hit his shot, and they need to be 100% accurate. Shut down Fragsters, getting a train started, and that Danish train will go full speed once it starts to accelerate. We first considering to a rather smoke CTR site. They rather do it back onto coffins, understandable, because they know that the op is there. He's not gonna pop. CT smoke happening as well, and suddenly it's one guy isolated. That's Savis, but the players not pushing through that Molotov at that point. Halser coming in with a counter smoke. Very interesting sort of approach, and the flashbang coming in as well. Now the pistols need to do it. A few of them are blind, and now the aggression is gonna start up big time. Savis as well as Halser finding two, though. They can still gain control of that B site, but the op seems to be good enough at that point. Same goes for Backer. Bubsky at least getting ready faction, but it's not much more than that. And suddenly, from a Counter-Strike game, the entire chat argues, what's the real North? Who's the real conqueror of the North? This Becker taking that major aggression. Not really paying off for the moment, at least for Savis as well as Halsorg. That's a B-side control nearly going in the hands of Fragsters already. Whilst at the same time, we're seeing mid is quite taken by Becker. He rotates back, the smartest thing to do, but caught off guard here by Steven. Tiny gap in the smoke. It makes it quite tough at that point. What the hell is this? Where does this come from? What? Hello? Hello? What is this? There's no... Where does this come from? Hold on 1 second. Where? It just disappeared. What? I didn't have any program open with music on. And this just happens. What? What? I have no clue what just happened. Either way, Fragsters are taking the B site. And Nordavind sticking to A, as it seems like they're not gonna go for that retake. As it probably heard those nades pop. And as those nades popped over, even losing themselves ready faction. Very, very unfortunate. Zotac is trying to find at least one. Refresh makes a lot of noise. Should be able to now locate him, but aim-wise, the guys right now very much on top of this. 11-5 after just 10 rounds played. Zavis coming in with the break for a very good reason. That's 6-3 from Fragsters. Could just extend. I mean, there's another buy coming in from the Norwegians, at least partially. Zotac as well as Halsorg should be able to do so. Zotka, I'm saying it wrong again. God damn it. And Nordavind decided to play on train later on. A map where Fragsters is right now 5-2 up, beating NIP, Tempest Storm, Virtus Pro. So, quite decent teams, you could say. This Dragonfly and Co. are gonna fight a quite weak Nordavind at that point. It's gonna become a little bit tougher for them right now. Norwegians holding it majorly with Hellshark right now. It's gonna have one guy jumping over. He's only focusing on one. He at least makes it work on one. Duel you can hardly win. Backer picking up the AWP. It's the only correct choice at that point. That is only understandable. ZTK is usually AWPing because you know bot can law. We know how it works. So, one guy holding the attention, even finding Stavis. Stavin, the right kind of Axroy region at this. He's going to decimate Nordavind by another one. Manufacturer tries to go for it. Now only Sotka as well as Spacker can do anything about it. There comes the first, there comes another, only down to 2 by now. Also, single individual is focusing on that B-side aggression. Sotka not hitting his shot, refreshes there. Backer is now known as well. It's not gonna make it work. It's gonna be that 7-3. Fragsters are still striking. It's always like 20% of the people saying, I sound like a woman, which I kind of understand. Then that's other 60% asking, did you ever hear a woman talk? The other 20 being convinced I'm a guy. It's a gamble. I could probably make a fun game out of this once in a while, but first of all, it's a fun game for Fragsters so far. It's a 7-3, and it's Nordavind right now struggling a little against the Danish side. Hellshark, he hears that. There's hardly any way right now for Nordavind to avoid Fragsters getting the first half.
Bomb has been planted.
It seems like the winning formula, it's very tight into the hands of a few Danes. Hellshark seems to be very interested to fake a defuse. So some players might die from the bomb explosion, but no, not the case. Thinks Bubsky down to 7. He's not able to really take him out. A very, very good round right now, and a very important one for Fragsters as well, because what we're seeing is that, well, they brought it through 2 here, so reinvestment had to come in. Right now bringing through 5, which is very understandable due to the buy of the opponent. This is where we have landed right now. And Nordavind, it's time to do that Norwegian resistance. Put it up and make it work, because Fragsters, the control around the entire map works out quite well. Ready faction actually falling in duels quite often, which you see not most of the time. And winning those duels, you could call it a strength of him. Dragonfly, first of all, winning a duel against Hellshark, making it work. Ready faction has the assistance of the flashbang, and therefore it's gonna be Backer, kind of blind, not seeing what's happening, pops the smoke, but players are coming over from the left and the right, finds himself another, and it seems like to fall apart right now here for the Fragsters. There's only Dragonfly's life. Nordavind will not be stopped, and Nordavind is still able to pick up that 7-8, and that 7-8 is, well, something you can definitely work with. Switching over to the D side where the executions can work out well. Decision by Fragsters to play this map. Nordavind feeling a little bit more comfortable here on train, which is very understandable. Beating Epsilon, heroic Imperial and Conquer in the past 3 months. S6 Co. Oh, this is major pain to Ready Faction. He still pulls through and gets himself Bubsky, who just stands in the flames, who was not blind, but under major shock, probably. And therefore, the Danes right now more focused on the A side, with 3 players already in the apartments. They have taken those positions quite often so far. How they're going to do it this time is a different sort of story. Zevis tries to get himself the banana information, and that keeps also the 4 players back on the A side. No one coming in for any rotation. There's a good bunch of information is in favor of a single Norwegian. Stavin dying as well. Fragsters had a 5-0 lead and now start to look a little more shaky. And with Zevis now having a few bullets flying around his head, gets the very crucial bit of information. So right now coming close, finds one. Torben is taken out, another one to come, but the flashbang is holding him up from doing any more damage. Dragonfly is still the only one, and Dragonfly with the height advantage exposed to Halsork. Frags are happening, and Nordavind are doing it right. And the fun thing about Nordavind is many people complain about that team playing not so well in advance. I mean, they have lost against Plink and Windstrike previously. I think that loss against Windstrike... Was it a loss against Windstrike? This was a loss against Windstrike, and that loss against Windstrike was actually on train. And the Northern Wind gets faster and more troubling right now for the Fragsters. Thereby, quite mixed. I see we refresh Bubsky and Dragonfly trying their best with those pistols. Trying to use that as good as they can, whilst at the same time Nordavind is gaining more and more momentum, more and more control, and more the opportunity to come out of this half, which looked quite shaky, to become better and better. So it's somehow time to prevail. For Axis, you can get those double digits. You're still able to do so, but right now Halsork and Co are looking quite strong. Ready Faction finding the first. Might do it through the smoke. Is not interested in doing so. That's an up down. But the bomb in favor of the Norwegian talent. Stavin wants to grab it, and he wants to do that fast. Ready Faction tapping and tapping and tapping. Savis coming in from behind. A lot of attention that was focused on Ready Faction, and in the end, he made one of his teammates stand out. Lord Zerif, please send greetings to Jacob. Hopefully he's gonna become a good boy. Right now, needs to be some good plays. A few guys over there at Nordavind in case they want to have a very tight half ending. Savis finding 2. It's not gonna be stopped here at that point. Or Torben puts him down in a very bad position. And refresh as well as Dragonfly. They need to see what they can do with those deagles. Just pushing through. Savis has a bit of vision left, and that means Ismail Ali trying his best to take out 4. He's very much able to do so. Saw the feet, now tries to spray through and refresh when you're gonna hit the right timing or not. These players, they're looking for you. Finds 1, but down to 12 HP. The circumstances are getting worse and worse. And Zavis is doing it right. 8-7 it is for there for Fragsters. So Nordavind looking quite shaky in the beginning. And we got a little pause here from Bubsky. Tech problem we're having up ahead of us. And you know that tech problem. Water on mouse pad? No. How? How are you supposed to do that? I don't get it. How do you spill water on your mouth? Like, you need to have an open water bottle and just like wave your arms around. Wait, I have to show you a GIF about this. Hold on. It's from Trilux, a German streamer. He has a friend called Felix, and let me find that GIF because it's too good. Let me find that. It's just it's the best you will see in your entire day. Don't unpause yet, please. I'm trying to find it. See? I'm trying. I'm trying. Doesn't look good. It needs a while till I find it, but the match is still paused, so we're able to do so. And it's gonna be me finding that GIF anytime. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I promise you, you will. Yes, I found it. I found it. It's too good. This is the way I expect he spilled water on his mousepad. Exactly this way. This is the only way I expect this happened. Hold on. This is how it happened. That's by far the best game of all time. I'm sorry, I just had to. I just goddamn had to. Anyway, seems like we're able to start up and continue our game. Nordavind delivered a good fight during the second half of the first one. And Fragsters, just on the paper regarding this map Inferno, they're better on that T site. And they're better on that T site by around 20 percentage points. 20 percentage points, that's a lot, to be very honest. So Becker and Co., how much are they going to benefit from this? After Fragsters showed us a great lead and looked so goddamn strong from start on. Sevis and Co. waiting out for a long time. Sevis, by the way, the only utility player at that point. Rotating back, it's a lot of time Nordavind are taking. And a lot of time he's taken. Focus shifts over to that A site. Focus is the same though from Fragster. They're just waiting for that region squad to now enter those doors off the A site. And Stavin and Co, they're gonna realize there's a lot of utility just up ahead. The first one fine by Stavin, refresh with another. Refresh mine fights Zotac as well, and he's already on a triple once more. The guy is so goddamn good with those pistols, and he finds himself a fourth. This is the way you wanna hold that site. Becker and Co. didn't benefit from that very delayed sort of play. Down to the pistols they are. And let's see what they can do with that. Because you need to come up with something big time. And you need to play pretty much on the top against a team like Fragsters. Ready faction. Trying to find those frags. It's a little bit harder time here for S6 and Co. players. Once more poaching that A site. And once more Fragsters seem to be quite ready for it. Whoopski already coming by, or at least close by. Assistance might have arrived. Fragsters is gonna stick to it though. Not over-rotating, not repositioning too much. Just keeping it default, and that's exactly what they do. The Danes just about to reach those double digits, have a 3-point lead against Nordavind on their own map pick. Therefore, you can seal the deal of winning this much, much earlier. But here they come. That's going to be the B-side rush, and that Norwegian train is arriving at max acceleration. Refresh is hitting something with his FAMAS there in the end. Talsark passing by, and there's only one guy coughing to hold him up with the plant. Bumsky does so, taken out by Zotac. But now for the smoke, they're trying to approach, and that makes it harder. Zotac with another. Might just get that one onto Stavin as well. And 16-year-old taken out by Zotac. And that's a triple ES gain. Torben with the P90 might struggle, but he got so many goddamn bullets to spray them all down one by one. Radar switches off to the FAMAS. Takes the P90 now? Okay, Torben. That's interesting. And he got a kit. And now you need to start hitting. He finds Becker. Oh no, Zotac. Zotac, what are you doing about this? He should be spotted there, and he sees him, but he still has bullets whiffing around. He goes for that defuse. Zotac, he does the headshots. My god, Fragsters. How can you give away a round like this? And Fragsters TV, you are very mad to me. I am now a biased caster in favor of Nordavind. Just kidding. It's gonna be Fragsters right now coming down to just some sort of mixed buy, trying to get in as much as they can. Bubsky as well as Dragonfly. Gonna refresh on the max of the economy of the CT side right now. Savis. Finding himself another frag. It seems like Nordavind might just turn this around. The pistol worked perfectly. Refresh has done such a great job during the pistol for Fragsters. Then it started to fall all apart. Dragonfly and Co. just holding it up, and they don't want to fall in one of those traps again. I mean, the fast-paced Nordavind train back on the B-side worked out quite well. Now it's all theirs, a present by Fragsters given to Nordavind. This game is getting surprisingly tight. As I mean, I have to say from the start on, I would have given this to Fragsters in any certain way. Team recently has done such a great job, no doubt about it. Great offline experiences, great offline qualifications they've gotten themselves. Oh. That's something I'm worried about. I love that Ruddy faction does this. I mean, the SG is kind of underrated on the one hand, but it's the SG. And when we take a look at the statistics of Ruddy faction, weaponry-wise, the AUK is his 7th best gun. Over the Glock, over the AWP. Imagine an insanely good player like Ready Faction, 1.21 rating in the past 3 months, being better with an AUK than with an AWP. I love it. I really, really do. Right now, Fragsters, once we're coming in for quite massive investment, Hellsark and Co. probably benefiting from this, but the B-stack, Boomski hits one, not much more than that. Refreshers, the Mach 10 might just do a little bit more damage. Spraying down a few, not gonna happen. Torben, only that USPS is gonna have a hard time finding anything at that point. And suddenly it's a double digits in favor of the team of Nordavind. Unexpected, you kind of have to say. The great thing about Nordavind, and I think many underestimate him, the team is actually backed up by, and I'm going to say this horribly wrong, Vålerenga IF, a football club from Oslo. They're playing at the Intility Arena in Oslo together, which is kind of their prac room. That's how I understood it from the coach Rosie, who was so kind and gave some sort of interview before the game. As Fragsters have all the guns they are looking for right now, even with the double op setup. Fragsters, this finally has to work out because Ready Faction and Co. They've been doing a quite good job by reconsidering their options when they were down 0-5. Changed up their setup on the CT side. Got a little bit more convinced. Losing B a lot, actually. Then changed it up. Boopski. It's not going to be one of the two defenders of the B side where only Sotka is standing. He's coming. Refresh is coming, and Sotka finds a free frag. He does, and that's the opening for the B side. Smartly done. Right now, Ready Faction is our creep player because he's playing the SG. He can't find the thing, but still, it's the B side taken. One coming over from Coffins. That's gonna be Pupski. That AWP now needs to work, and it needs to work big time. Finding a few would be crucial. The op now exposed. There's still a Molotov at Hellsark. He's using that. The player's rotating back. Fragsters are giving number 11 right now to Nordavind. And it's very understandable because you don't want to lose guns, be down to pretty much nothing once more. Stavin at least finding Savis, putting it into a situation where two players lost for Nordavind. And Backer and Co. This is not their map pick. It's legit not their map pick. And one thing I always have to say, and that's kind of the confusing part to me, I mostly don't care about it, but people always coming at the team which is actually the favorite. Well, some people have bad days. Believe it or not, some people have even good days. And considering Nordavind as a major underdog or as a bad team against Fragsters, that's also not really the best thing to do. So with that being said, it's 11-9, which is kind of surprising, to be very honest. But on the other hand, I've been playing quite decent right now. Hellsark is very close and not to be taken out. On the other hand, Stavin and Co. finding frags. It's only down to Hellsark in just a matter of seconds. Falling down, not finding more than just Stavin there. It turned out. To be not working out in the end. Fragsters finally getting around after the one pistol. I refreshed himself once more. 8 frags from 2 rounds on refresh. And it could be Fragsters coming back on the path they really want to go on. Samus and Cole cleaning up Banana, and that might be working out. Low HP, Bubsky is at. The man advantage right now in favor of Nordavind. They would really benefit from this big time. So when we take a look at it, see the economy is only good on free. Then they're going to be reset. I mean, they've gained that due to the quite great winning streak, and therefore the losing bonus streak on Fragsters. But it's not the time to be disgruntled on a Danish site. It's not the time to do dilettante plays. As it comes, aggression is there on the side of B. Assistance already arrives, but Torben finds Zotac. There's one close by at C. T. Halser probably saw it. Becker finds him either way. Becker with another, and he's already on that triple. The B side now in favor of the Fragsters and the AWT to retake that. Hiding behind the Finn pillar. Becker might not have the easiest time, and Halser is going to be mollied out. And Dragonfly doesn't hit the shot. That's so unfortunate, but there he comes. Becker does not find the frag. And it's Dragonfly getting a triple. Way too close and way too tight it was. But Fragsters tied that up. And it's 11-11. Fragsters have to look for this. It's also very unusual to see. Already, faction is down to 6 frags. It's a key element missing here for Nordavind. He's mostly the type of guy who does a quite great job as an individual. Frags coming in. Zotka finding 7 though in the end. To 19 HP, a lot of damage dealt. And interestingly enough, Zotka going to be the one taking the duel. Halser tapping away Torben. Back in pit, and over mid, Dragonfly is going to come in. The one who has done a great job for the team so far is going to be executed through a 7.62 bullet in the head. Becker is the one who probably did the final frag there. Becker, Halser, and ready faction 8. Once more took away one from Fragsters. If they have just made it back to the tie. This is some kind of very uncomfortable situation they're going to be in. 1,400 they're going to gain. $1,400 plus, like, let's say 1.8, 3.2. You can barely get anything from out of this. I mean, you get yourself armor for 650, possibly a deagle. And the reason why I say Zotac a lot, there was a Norwegian team called Soktai, and you know, in my brain, it's various connections saying Norway, Soktai, Zotac, Sotka, you know, it's horrible connections. That's how it is. Either way, 11-11. That team of Nordavind. It's a wounded opponent right now. The only one carrying around something big, that's going to be Bubsky. Down to an AK-47. They're going to make the approach towards the B side, where only refresh is going to hold it. No armor, P to 50. And you got to be one hell of a pistolero to find more than just a frag in this. First has to retreat. Bomb's going to go down. Refresh is going to call for support while ready faction is holding the rotators from middle. Fraction is not going to stop. Finds two. Could tap away another. This is aim training right now for the 19-year-old. There's only one more is close by, and that's Refreshed. Tries to probably find anyone exiting the site. They're all going over banana because they're aware that's the only safe position where we have players at right now. And slapping the one away from Bubsky, that would be nice, but that's not going to really happen. No one aggressing him. Torben nearly tapping away Ratty Faction. But there it goes. Nordavind not losing a single. And the accountant of the Norwegians is probably very happy about this. Pause called in. Fragsters in general, not a team to underestimate. Recently attended a few LANs and did quite decently there. For example, third place at DreamHack Open Valencia. Back then, beating teams like VP, Luminosity, in the end lost against North, but winning against North is not the easiest task. Nordavind 3 rounds away from success, finding the map of the opponents, then going on train, which has been picked by the Norwegians. And as we see, the money is low, the losing bonus will not be the biggest. It's so important right now for Ratty Faction and Co. to get that round in their back. Entry comes though for Halcirk, another player pushing through, it's going to be Torben. Both players blind, assistance from Sotka. It's going to be enough to at least find Torben. That means a single individual is left alive. That's going to be Bubsky. The man Bubsky. Gotta watch out. These players are coming closer. Not anymore though. Over rotation is not going to happen. Stavin tried to do a little bit of an extraordinary play towards middle. Going to be punished for that aggression. Suddenly only 2 for Fragsters. Dragonfly. Getting at least one into Savis makes it more possible. Goes wider. Yup, not having a tiny gap on single point of health he is. There is technically still a nade on those players. And Dragonfly, he might just consider to go for the safe. Plays it over the library. And they're going to keep those guns for the follow-up. It's going to be 14-11. And it's going to be Nordavind. Surprising most of us right here. HPDM 4K. If Sevis is not happy about what has happened to him right here, but his team seems to be very happy. And very, very lucky about what's happening here. A lot of things are doing right. A lot of things are working out. Halcirk getting Dragonfly there in the end. That's the kind of start you want here. It's Nordavind. The players right now having, well, still an okay economic situation, but Fragsters, in case they're losing this, it's going to be more than just an economic situation looking bad. Or more likely good, to say it like this. It's going to be the opponent on the number 15. Zavis, well, killing Sotka in the process. Unfortunate timing for the Norwegian. You got a lot of options and a lot of time. 60 more seconds. In those 60 seconds, Fragsters are more likely focused on the B site. No route positioning done yet. Torben can move quite fast over to the A site, but Becker and Co. trying to clean the opposite first of all. Stavin, be a very crucial tool here for the team who has pushed mid previous round a little too aggressive. Don't need a build up, and it's going to be the B site build up for the moment where Savis tries to gain a lot of attention. It's going to be taken out, and then it's the AWP possibly holding you up. 15 more seconds, and it's going to get tough. Ready Faction finds him in the end. Bomb goes down, and Bubsky as well as Torben, they need to consider it big time.
Bomb has been planted.
They're coming, and Boopski as well as Torben, they have a plan, but so far it doesn't work. Ready Faction too strong. A triple secured. And that triple, I mean, there we go. It's Nordavind coming close to that victory. Fragsters once more with a bye. But can they make it work this time? Fragsters right now finding themselves the first refresh with the accuracy needed. And Nordavind, that's right now a little bit shaky for them. 3 players holding on to the A side. Becker won't have an easy time right here. Because when you're alone, you need to be hella forearmed. Find yourself any kind of frag. There comes one. That's the lead of damage at least down on the Dragonfly. Can't find him there. Accuracy doesn't seem to be on for him right now. 2 only holding inside of A. And with 45 more seconds left, that's the rotation coming in from Bubsky. The question is, do Nordavind execute on the A side or not? Bubsky waits. Sending there in the archway. Savis could still throw any sort of molly back down in Banana. Time is ticking out though. Nordavind once more with a very, very late kind of playing. That just might cost him that round. Savis wants to buy this, goes for the smoke, goes for the molly, but he's not enforcing any player to rotate, or does he? Torben goes by, and suddenly it's only down to Becker as well as Stavin. He finds the player, and that is so smart once more, but there's still once more to get, and that's going to be Torben. He's taken out as well. What sort of play was that? Nordavind with major patience and therefore going on the A side, but they gotta hold it right now against Bubsky as well as Refresh, because closer and closer they come. The man who won pretty much every single pistol round right now for the team, together with Bubsky. Ready Faction. Trying to make it work with the elevated position, knows where Refresh is. Another one is going to come on over short. Bubsky's taken out. Refresh got to do it all on his own. And there's one more to find. Could possibly get Becker, but too low HP. And Becker finds him. That was a last second play in perfection. Totally on the scene, totally well executed, and therefore well deserved right now for Nordavind. That is the first map we're having ourselves right here. It was beautifully done. It was beautifully, I love that. I just love that. And with that being said, we're going into a little break. We're right now here at the Starleader I-League Season 6 Qualifier. My name is Sasht. Train is going to come up next. And if it's going to be once more a show, or if the Norwegians or if the Danes are starting to strike back, we're going to see it in a second. We'll just be right back right here with the Qualifier.